It's Tattoo Tuesday with Mr. Tasty. Keep an eye out for Artie and smile because summer doesn't last forever. Enjoy Wellsville.
Welcome back, Wellsville. The summer of slime is rolling right along, and it's time for another trip to Wellsville for Tattoo Tuesday. Today we're opening the vault on Season 1, Episode 6 of The Adventures of Pete and Pete, Don't Tread on Pete. Guys, if you want to know why Pete and Pete is widely considered one of the greatest, most brilliantly written kids shows of all time, this is the episode you point to. It takes two universal everyday childhood anxieties, forgetting to study for a massive test.
Two words that came spilling out of my mouth might be the two scariest words a kid can ever utter.
What test?
Pete, we have a test in history next period, remember?
And trying to survive gym class, and elevates them into absolute epic life-or-death struggles. We're breaking down every detail, diving into one of the greatest indie rock cameos in the history of the network, and celebrating just how incredible this show really was. Let's get into it.
Teddy, it's been meatloaf or fish sticks every Friday since school was invented.
The episode kicks off with Big Pete experiencing the ultimate cold sweat teenage nightmare. He realizes he completely forgot to study for a massive test on the American Revolutionary War.
Oh shit, what?
Then I remember looking at my history book, and I saw a flip movie that someone had drawn in it. I couldn't take my eyes off it.
And because this is Wellsville, the stakes are incredibly high. The school rumor mill says that if you fail this specific test, your life is completely over.
I'll be watching you, Mr. Whitley.
In fact, local legend states that the school janitor, Cecil Tucker, failed this exact same test years ago, and he's been trapped pushing a broom in the hallways ever since. Big Pete's absolutely terrified. He's looking at his own dark future.
Legs.
Oh, geez, damn, people are eating.
Just the thought of looking at Beardsley's legs was enough to make anyone's gut juice curdle. That's because they're covered with big varicose veins.
So he's forced to do a high-pressure race against time to cram for the exam during a single lunch period. The title episode, Don't Tread on Pete, it's a brilliant historical nod. It's a direct reference to the Don't Tread on Me slogan from the famous yellow Gadsden flag, which was actually used during the American Revolution. The writers on this show were always bringing that next-level cleverness and weaving it right into the themes of the episodes. Because while Big Pete is trying to learn about the Revolutionary War, the rest of the school is actually living one. While Big Pete is engaging in a mental struggle against time, Little Pete is fighting a physical war for freedom down in the gymnasium. The gym teacher, Mr. Cornwallis, is running his class like a ruthless dictator, commanding a terrifying intramural dodgeball army. Little Pete, being the ultimate rebel and champion of the kids, decides he has enough of the tyranny. He rallies the other students and leads a full-blown dodgeball revolution against Cornwallis to fight for their freedom.
This is our turf, jerk.
The way the episode parallels Big Pete studying the history of the revolution, while Little Pete is literally fighting a mirror image revolution on the gym floor, is just fantastic. Top-tier television writing. It treats the kids' struggles with total respect and makes a gym class game feel like an epic cinematic battle. Big Pete is so stressed out by his cram session that he starts literally hallucinating a Revolutionary War soldier talking to him. It's so weird, so funny, and so perfectly Pete and Pete. But we absolutely have to talk about the music and the cameos, because Pete and Pete was famous for having the most legitimate indie rock street cred of the 90s. They were constantly getting massive artists to show up in Wellsville. And this episode features an absolute gem.
Jim is my name!
In this episode, we get a legendary appearance from alternative rock icon Juliana Hatfield. Juliana Hatfield plays Emma, the high school's newest cafeteria lunch lady.
Except for Emma. She was different from the others. You could see it in her eyes.
Don't eat the meatloaf.
Big Pete goes to the lunchroom to study, and he gets front row seats to absolute greatness. There's a direct, hilarious homage to Bob Dylan's famous Subterranean Homesick Blues music video. But instead of flipping through lyrical cue cards on camera, she's flipping through different styles of cafeteria meatloaf. She warns Big Pete to stay far away from the mystery meat, catching incredibly dirty looks from the older cafeteria workers. Emma realizes she cannot be contained by the school system. In one of the most delightfully weird and triumphant moments of the season, she makes a run for it.
Saw Emma. She was escaping. She knew what she would become if she had stayed. And I knew what I'd become if I stayed.
I'll meet you in Iowa.
She leaps across the school fence to freedom, wipes off her sanitation mandated hairnet, and cryptically yells back to Big Pete, "I'll meet you in Iowa."
Huh?
It's so bizarre, but so incredibly cool and exactly the kind of surreal magic that made Pete and Pete a masterpiece. They didn't just have rock stars in the show to play music, they integrated them into the bizarre fabric of the town. Everything about Don't Tread on Pete works perfectly. The stakes feel huge, the parallel storytelling is brilliant, and having an indie rock legend serving up meatloaf just seals the deal. The show never talks down to kids. It just makes the world feel as big as important as it actually feels when you're that age. I'm giving season 1, episode 6 a flawless 10 dodgeballs out of 10. If you enjoyed this video, like it. If you want some more, hit the subscribe button and let me know in the comments. Did you ever have a gym teacher as intense as Mr. Cornwallis? And did you ever lead a dodgeball revolution? Keep those petunia tattoos looking fresh, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow for another trip to Bunk 13 for Camp Out on Wednesday. See you in the next one.